Okay, so we're going to use our Alumilite mold creator kit and their 10-minute epoxy to create a replica of our missing keyhole. So here you can see I'm using a butter knife just to pry the pins off of the dresser in order to make a mold to fill with the epoxy. I'm just putting them away and labeling them so I do not lose them. And here's the kit. It's a 2-part kit. Part A, part B needs to be equally meshed or molded together in order to create a stabilized formula that will harden. So I'm just taking out, eyeballing it, a little piece of this part A and a little piece of this part B, and then I'm meshing everything together, just kneading it together, just like Play-Doh. Fun, fun, fun. And now I'm grabbing my keyhole and making a replica by molding the product around it. I believe it says that you have 3 minutes working time for molding or melding it together and then molding it around your piece, and a 15-minute hardening time, up to 15 minutes. So there it is. Still needs a cleaning, but we're just using it now to make a mold. Waiting for it to dry. At this point, it's still pretty mushy, but you can tell it's becoming rubbery. Now you see our 10-minute casting kit, and I'm showing you that it's the exact same consistency. It's a silicone mold, just like the ones you would buy in the store or on Etsy. And here it is, and I can use it on any piece I want to in the future, which I love. In case something's missing or I just want to fancy something up, I have these keyholes forever. And again, part A, part B, equal parts, mix them together to create your epoxy filling, 10-minute epoxy. You mix it together. At first it's cloudy, then it becomes clear, and that's when you pour it into the mold. And guess what? I poured too much, but that's okay. I had to run in and grab a few more extra molds, and I believe I end up having to go and grab some more. Always have some handy because you never know if you'll have too much. Well, you should know, but sometimes you may have overage. I had overage. I didn't plan for it. I didn't pre-think out how much I would need. So I just make some extra molds or, epoxy molds. And then it's great for the future. I won't have to make them. And I can also test out pieces with them and see if I like them before I create additional ones for a piece. And there it is, sitting, waiting, hardening. And we're just cleaning up our space. You should wear gloves and definitely a mask. I did not. Don't do what I do. Do what you should do. And we're still just waiting for it to harden. Checking on it because I'm super impatient. And here it is because I have to show you, of course. And I'm just throwing the extra keyhole that I used to make the mold back into the bag so that I do not lose it or misplace it for later when we put it back on. And here it is. And I'm throwing it back in because it's still pretty mushy and I really want it to be nice and defined. You can use it at this point, put it on your piece. It's very malleable at this point, so that's perfect. I just let it set a little bit longer. And I'm going to put it on the piece. I do pre-glue it on, but I do end up taking it back off. I just wanted it to take on the shape of the drawer because it is concaved. Yeah, concaved. And the mold that I used, or the original one, I believe was slightly concave, but not as concave as the bottom drawer. I didn't use the middle one because it was convexed, and it would have been a bit more difficult to shape it to the drawer. Not undoable because it's super moldable, malleable at this point. So I cleaned it quickly with TSB. I trimmed the excess off. And like I said, I glue it on, I tape it on just so you can see what it looks like. I do end up taking off and cleaning the entire dresser and doing all these lovely bits and pieces. But there you go. Easy peasy. Fixed.